Over the last few weeks, we've seen so many amazing products at the Rusty Shovel, but when it comes to bringing all of that together, it can get pretty overwhelming, but the team from the Rusty Shovel can help. So we have Jesse Matlock with us now. You are a certified landscape designer. Really, what goes into designing a yard?
Yeah, so it's a big process. So there's got to be a way to kind of break it down into steps and kind of some logic so we can make sure we hit everybody's needs. So the way I kind of like to work things, it always starts with the function of the yard. That being, like, what is the family's needs or a person's needs? Do they want to have dining? Is there cooking? Is there a fireplace or a fire pit? Is there a putting green, play spaces? We have to define the needs of a family and the needs of the yard first and foremost, because no matter how pretty of a drawing I do, it doesn't matter if it doesn't work for the homeowner and it doesn't suit what they're trying to achieve.
What kind of elements come into play when somebody does want fire and water features?
Yeah, for sure. So when we're talking about some of the big major elements like water features, we're kind of looking for, is it a water feature you want to get into? Is it just for the sound of the water? Do you like something that looks more natural or something more formal? And then we're thinking about placement from viewing angles from windows and all those things. With fire, we're talking about, are we talking fireplaces or fire pits? And then are we wood burning or gas? Because those have different city regulations we have to take into account. So when we're placing furnishings and how it relates to the rest of the yard. So, and then are you a putting green for fun, or are you an avid golfer that you need a little bit more space to practice your chipping and putting? So we really have to consider the scope of the element and then how it's going to fit best in the yard.
Okay, let's say somebody has a base design that they like. Let's talk now about fine-tuning that really to the individual.
Yes, so the biggest part of all this then is, so we've got kind of our designated areas that you want to achieve in the yard, the big elements, what we want the wow factor to be, and then the next step is, how do we make that custom to the homeowner? Everybody's tastes are different. That's why you drive down the street and you see 100 different looking houses, right? Are you industrial modern? Are you very clean modern? Do you like something natural? Or are you like an English garden? Really, what we have to do is then take those elements and change the lines and the flow of it so we really fine tune it to an individual's taste. And that's when we kind of hit that Goldilocks zone of form, function, and aesthetics.
Let's talk about budget now. What are some cost considerations people should be bringing into play?
Yeah, so when we're talking about the cost of landscaping, as a landscape designer, it's my job to at least take a budget window into consideration. So, I've designed $100,000+ yards, and we've designed, $30K under yards and everything in between. But those yards don't look the same. They can still look really exceptional, but we have to make sure we're kind of trying to narrow it down and hit someone's budget. So if someone's got budgetary constraints, then what we're kind of looking at is, can we lose the space, or can we scale back on the water feature size, or is it, instead of a fireplace, are we doing a built-in fire pit? So we can still get all those elements. We're just trying to kind of, again, find that Goldilocks zone where we can make everything work.
Okay, really quick here, remind our audience how they can get started with the Rusty Shovel if they want to do so.
Yeah, so the best thing to do is either come into the shop at 680 Angus, call us, or the easiest way is go into our website, therustyshovel.ca, go into the design tab, and then you can sign up and book in for your design right there.
Perfect. Thanks so much for all the advice today, and that's all for this edition of Love Your Landscape.
Love Your Landscape, brought to you by The Rusty Shovel.